Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back and happy Sunday once again. 6th February, it's shy 5 p.m. I just finished evening chores. As long as the cows don't need any attention, if a person really wanted to run, which is not what I do, that's not what this is about. If a person did, if it was in a pickle, in a hurry, wanted to run, you could literally do right now, you could do the evening chores in probably about 30 minutes. But anyway, okay. First things first here, I don't know when I'm going to be able to post this thing, but there will not be a live stream this evening. We had talked about possibly doing one this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. That can't happen. I have other obligations that need to be met. We will do so this week at some point. And a small announcement that early afternoon or something with a cheesy little video will be the cue. So, okay. Oh boy. I was messing with all of you a few videos ago. I got to thinking about it. I got to thinking about how ridiculous and stupid it actually is. It is. That's the child in me that comes out once in a great while, whatever. Keeps us young, right? Yeah. All right. So don't get me wrong. When it comes to equipment, replacement or putting a new piece on or something like that, well, I'm going to have my fun with you. I am. And we're going to make it fun. That's not the case here. This item that I touched on a few videos ago or so. So I'm going to go ahead and unveil it now for the reasons of, not that I treat this channel as a forum. It's a nice piece for conversation, especially within the comments. A lot of the comments have helped out greatly. Whether I changed my way according to what was said, thought about it, and like, son of a gun, you're right. or whatever. So, this channel isn't a forum or nothing like that, but, I'm going to let you in on what I plan on doing here this early spring. So it's something to talk about if need be, and something to maybe stay excited about. I don't know. So, remember now, I've stated on this channel probably 1,000 times, I'm not a very smart individual. You're about to find out why. I've spoken many times in the last year or so or better about thinking outside the box, which is not easy for me, or diversifying a smaller in nature business with astronomically large bills behind it. The big bills do not match this small operation, but we're not going to go down that road. That's not why we're here. Few moons ago, I caught myself thinking about maybe a possible another avenue that could realistically be put on this farm. That or something done in a greater value than what it's already being performed at. Okay. So the third week or the fourth week of March, you are going to see a well put together, prolifically lined up calf hutch yard of at least 20 hutches. Now, 5 of them are reserved for the unfortunates of having to pull a calf, from the beef herd. An unfortunate of maybe a mother passing. The list goes on and on and on. Experienced all of it here. 5 of those hutches are going to be set up for the unfortunate possibilities of beef calves. The other 12 to 15 are set up for what I have coming in here the first and second week of April. Holstein heifer calves. Yes, the second word was correct. Holstein heifer calves. Oh, where to begin? Where to begin? Remember, I never claimed to be smart. I've got a very good acquaintance, roughly 45 minutes away. He and his partners run an extremely well-regimented dairy operation. When I was raising all those Holstein bull calves, if I had to guess, I probably got 25% of them from that operation. We met up weeks ago, and I kind of picked his brain. And he kind of had to chuckle. I'll tell you the story here. So long story short, I put it out there. I go, look, I'm looking to do this just as another avenue for the farm. I know how ridiculous it is to even ask you if you're willing to let go of Holstein heifer calves, which is unheard of. He starts smiling, and he goes, keep talking, because I have an answer. Okay. Anyway, I gave him my 2 cents, because of course he's not letting animals leave that farm unless he knows gosh darn well that there's a plan for them or they're well taken care of, period. I'm serious about that. So then he begins to tell me that they're absolutely overloaded. They got into all sexed semen. I'm only going to assume, let's just say 2-3 years ago. I don't know. And there is a very great success rate with that. And of course, you're paying for it. They're blowing that success rate out of the absolute water. And they're overloaded. The only reason they wouldn't be overloaded is if they were willing to expand. And that's not the case. So that conversation was an eye-opener to him. And so a deal's been struck verbally. It can change. It could. I don't see it. I see it staying the way it is. I really do. But he has yet to speak to his, we'll just say his other associates, which he claims they will be on the same wavelength as him. They're just overloaded, absolutely overloaded. Now, folks, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about 12 or 15. So anyway, very lucky if this continues. Well, we'll see how lucky I might be. Joke might be on me. So let me explain myself here with Holstein heifer calves. The absolute ultimate goal, of course, and this is a pretty long investment. I haven't done the math yet. I'm just talking out loud here, folks, but this is easily a 21 to 22 month investment before seeing any possible return. That it's on a lower scale, though. You know, like I said, 12 to 15 of them, so it's going to be okay. The absolute ultimate goal here is, of course, is to get them to that 22 month of age. Breeding will take place at about 13 and a half, 14 months, which is very common for dairies now, extremely common, if not younger from what I've heard in some cases. And then sell them is what's called a sprinting heifer. A month and a half to 2 months before calving. Basically so that animal can get to wherever its destination is, the purchaser, get used to the surroundings, and the list goes on and on and on. So that's the plan. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm willing to try anything if the backfall consequences aren't real great. Quite naturally, I'll work with my Gen X rep when the time comes, and we're talking a ways off here. There's a big bonus to this too. You know, Gen X rep with you know, a dairy, a Holstein sire. And of course, they'll be bred here, AI'd, specifically and only to a Holstein breed. One of the other big bonuses here, folks, remember I don't rehearse these things. I know I'm all over the place here. Trust me, if I prepare for a speech, I'm pretty gosh darn good. One of the biggest bonuses is having that 12 or 15 Holsteins inside that barn in the winter. That is huge, huge. Yes, a lot of extra work. We are now talking, if I have all pens filled up and of course 12 to 15 Holsteins in there, I don't know how a barn cleaning couldn't. No, you know what? I bet you that could be every 2 days. That's a big ordeal, you know, opening up the barn and a big barn cleaning, spreading manure. Probably every 2 days. In fact, the more I think about it, that is absolutely achievable. Hell of a manure spreader load. It can be done. And then, of course, inside the barn for that extra little TLC, that absolute grain ration, that's an absolute necessity. And like I said, help keep that barn warm. 12, 15 animals in there. They're going to be in the lock stalls, tie stalls, excuse me, which is kind of a no-no for some of these farms now. But that's what I have, so I don't know what to tell you. That would be a huge, absolute huge, big positive. So let's talk about the dairy industry here. I can't stand here and tell you a lot about it, that I have education behind it. I don't. Dairy industry has struggled, and I'm being kind, very kind in those words. There's a lot to talk about here. I can tell you this, though. The dairy industry is gaining some strength, and some of the forums I belong to, some of the meetings that I attend, the list goes on and on. The writing is on the wall for a very near future explosion within dairy. Some of you might be laughing right now. I know, half of me kind of wants to laugh with you. I hope it does for their sakes. Everything I'm a part of, the writing's on the wall that dairy will once again be pretty gosh darn powerful and not too far away. Well, I know for a fact of what sprinting heifers, Holstein heifer, about to calf within a month and a half, 2 months. I know damn well what those are worth. What they were worth when the markets were pretty damn fantastic. Dad dealt with them for years, 2.5 years, after this operation stopped milking. And of course, that was his thing. I wasn't a part of the financials of this farm or anything, but I know what they were worth. And boy, oh boy, I don't know. Can it ever get back to that? I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball, but I'm willing to try at a small scale. As it stands, a lot of dairies went out of operation here too. What a god-awful shame. What a shame. A lot of snowmobilers out today. That's good. That's a good thing. What the hell was I going to say? I don't know. I'm willing to try another avenue with this within this farm. Add into the mix, you know, the commercial calf crop that I deal with here. And And of course, beef sales, open heifers, bred heifers, bulls. Why not? All right, now I'm adding on quite a bit of extra work. If many of you know, keep up with the channel, I got to leave once in a while, here and there. And with what's on the books right now, come spring, it's yeah, we'll just stop there. I've actually already locked in conversations, so to speak, with a couple of local younger in age individuals that have both worked here at this farm in one form or another, and they're all on board. I told them, I go, it's going to basically be emergency work. I'm going to call you one day and say that, hey, I need you for the next couple days if you could, you know. And both of them live a, younger type lifestyle. My words are incorrect here. To where they're able to be here at 5:30 in the morning to tend to these calves. And of course, that evening as well. So, yeah. I don't have a plan after that, folks. If I just had to think real quickly, after 60 days within hutches, I can see them going into the barn. In fact, there's not a, no, setting up super hutches. We're going to stop there. First things first, and that's hopefully that this verbal agreement stays strong. And I look to get them in here. 12 to 15. To be very honest with you, my magical perfect number is 14 of them, because I took a good look inside the barn, and that is just a perfect scenario. Perfect scenario. Yeah, I look forward to it. Another avenue. Laughable to some, and I understand. I can't blame you if you are. But if half of what I read, listen to, and see, half, and I'm one of those people, only half, it's very possible it could be a wise choice. And it's very possible, if this trend continues, possibly doing 12 to 15 or so every year. It's a lengthy hold-on investment, though, for a smaller operator with a smaller checkbook. I can tell you that right now. But once again, that magical number is 12, 14, or 15 of them. Everything else is doing pretty darn good. This heifer lot, they finished up their grain about 30 minutes ago. Boy, I ought to take you a video when I feed these young girls some grain. It gets absolutely pretty hairy in here. You want to talk about a rough bunch. But everybody's doing real good. Happy Sunday. Going on 20 minutes here, that's ridiculous. I'm going in for a venison backstrap. Mouth just watered. Mushrooms and onion dinner with some rice. If you had to ask me my top 10 favorite dinners, and of course I'm no stranger to a good dinner, not at all, that would be one of them. A venison of one sort or another. Of course, beef is number one. We don't need to go down that avenue. But venison backstraps, mushrooms, onions. Mouth just watered again. And I actually prefer a rice dish over like a potato. I don't know why. It's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, that's it. That's it. A little paperwork to catch up on. This weekend's just about over. Tomorrow is Monday. Mondays can be a little bit of a bastard. I understand that. Trust me. I don't care for them either. But I don't know. Let's put that best foot forward and see what we can do. And It's all about the attitude. I mean, those words go for me too, folks. I don't have the damn answers, but I know that's one thing I've learned is that will make a difference. That's my 2 cents. That's all I got. We're going to talk to you sooner than later.